Hey, it's Mopar Keith here today, and it's January. We're getting all these flyers for the big auctions that you see on TV. Let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes people make when they're restoring a car. Great example of a car to document is this 1970 Challenger RT. This is an all original paint, numbers matching car that has not been taken apart. All right, let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes I see when I go to the auction and look at these old Mopars. When people restore these cars, it's always important that they're matching. Right here we have a fender tag, and right here it has the color and the engine, and you always want to make sure that the engine and the color match what the car actually is. And you've got a VIN tag on the dash, and then you've also got the auction specs that should all match. All right, the second thing I always like to look for on a Chrysler product is the core support blackout. Now, a lot of people miss this, and it's really obvious, and it can make a huge difference on the quality of the restoration. This right here is what you call the core support blackout. And the Chrysler engineers decided that when you're looking through the grille, they did not want to see body color back in here. And it doesn't apply to all dark colors, and of course like black and dark blue doesn't have them, but most all Chrysler products have a core support blackout. And I've even seen Ford and Chevys with this as well. All right, the next thing I like to look for is the plating of the hood latch hardware. Now, a lot of times you'll see a non-Mopar shop, they will just paint everything to body color. These have special platings, the bolts, the spring, everything is plated a certain way. The plating on this, and then this is supposed to be painted. Talk about on the engine bay here is the hardware. Now, Chrysler products were assembled and then painted. So these bolts all through here for this fender are supposed to be painted with the car. And then one last thing on the Challengers, specifically RT models, early production, they have a blackout under the hood, and this was discontinued about mid-year production. So April, May cars may have it, but a June or July car would not have that blackout. All right, so here's another thing that you can tell on any car. It doesn't even have to be a Chrysler, but if the car is repainted, are they painting over the screws? Are they painting over the latch? Are they painting over data tags? So sometimes you see a restored car and the paint just covers everything. All right, so here's a couple things to look for in the trunk. You can always tell when a panel has been replaced if the factory spot welds are not there. Now you'll see some cars where the bodywork covers all of the grinding and welding, but you can tell the factory spot welds are still in place, and then the way that the seam sealer is. Also, another telltale sign of a panel replacement is when the undercoating is not the way it's supposed to be. Now, these Chrysler products, they undercoated these panels before they were applied to the car. And then we'll go over here to the other side. This is the proper placement for the jack. Now, this is in place to keep it from rattling. That's not a factory item, but you can see the way the undercoating is specifically routed around the light, and the jack is properly placed. All right, so once again, I'd like to thank you for watching about these auction cars. If you like the content that you're seeing, please subscribe and follow me for more information.